Hello YouTube friends and subscribers. What we're going to do today is have a go at changing over the WC seat in this downstairs lavvy. As you can see, this is an old MDF seat. It's suffered a little bit over the years, a few marks. So we're going to try and fit this Cooke Lewis seat, the Diani. Costs about £27. And apparently it's very easy to fit. You just need a screwdriver and you're off and running. Now the first thing you want to do is give yourself something to kneel on. So these are a couple of seats from the garden furniture and that feels very nice. Now, how do we get the old seat off? That's the first question. Maybe we lift these caps up. That feels as if it's loose. Oh wow, that is fairly disgusting in there. Bloody heck. Right, just using a screwdriver, the sort of thing you get at Wilkinson's, and with its set of different heads. We'll see if we can loosen this. Obviously it's rusted over the years, so I presume that'll be very stiff. Yeah. And that's made of plastic. Okay, that's not going to move. So we've already stumbled on our first difficulty. Yeah. Right, so let's just see what's underneath. Okay, so there's our first little bit of difficulty. We are going to have to undo this wing nut thing. Well, it's a semi-wing nut. It's just got one wing. We're going to have to take this off somehow. So here's our first extra difficulty we didn't expect. Okay, so the first thing I did was got a pair of pliers and successfully busted that wing off. So that hasn't really helped. Gone back out to the garage again and found a blunt hacksaw blade, which I'm going to use to try to cut the bottom half of the nylon nut and bolt off with. And so I've gone back out to the garage again and found some grips. So while my hand recovers itself, I wondered if we might be able to put these on and give it a turn. Now there you are. What a good idea that is. And away. What a brilliant idea. Why didn't somebody suggest that earlier? What do you mean you did suggest it earlier? Well, leave it in the comments if you want to. Okay. I think if we kept going with the hacksaw for about another 2 to 3 weeks, we probably would have got through there. And away. Right. Excellent work. That's what you've got to do, Dad, isn't it? You see, you've got to get the grips on it, Dad. Get in, do that, Dad, and then that'll come off nicely. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Right, let's assume that if we get down in this side, we will also be able to get the big grips on that side there. It's nice if the toilet has been cleaned fairly recently before you get started on this. It's interesting because we haven't busted the wing off. We can't get the grips on, so we'll neatly remove this wing. Hello, the whole thing's turning anyway. I think she's loosened. Yes. What a result. Come on, Dad. If I was a carpenter and you were a lady, would you marry me any old way? Okay. Come on, Dave, that's the way to do it, isn't it, dude? Come on. And away. There's the old lavvy seat. So, there's nothing nasty there, guys. Nothing to be afraid of. It's just the little bit of metal fitting that's gone rusty. Thought you might like to see what's in the box. What have we got? Okay. So, a couple of nylon looking plug things. A couple of shiny caps. And presumably this black stuff is that's the actual thing that's going to tighten down onto the toilet pan itself. Let's see what else we've got in here. Okay. Right, well, we've got a pan cover, better known as a toilet seat, and some instructions. Looks okay. I probably would have preferred to have a solid seat, but we'll see. We'll read the instructions and see what to do next. There's plenty of instructions here if you don't happen to speak English. What have we got? French, Polish, that is Russian, there is Romanian, Spanish, Portuguese, and I think that could be Turkish. Just saying. Now, it seems to me that the first thing to do, the only thing to do, is put these plugs, these things here, into the holes. Let's see if we can use a little bit of pressure. This is not a place you would come with your hammer and start trying to beat that through, because you would make an almighty mistake. So I'm just going to see if I can put a bit of pressure on there. No. Now, what this would probably benefit from is some kind of lubrication. So just a little bit of silicone around the end of that. See if we can help it ease its way through that hole. Obviously, I'm going to get smothered in this stuff now. If I know anything about it. Just my luck. Okay, that really is not very keen on going through there. I'm going to actually read the instructions again. In my opinion, what you could do here almost is cut this thing off here, cut these bits off, and use this bottom piece with a washer on it, because your bolt's going to go straight down through there. These bits are doing nothing, in my opinion. That's that one cut in half. Excellent. So the top half squidges down in your opening there. Take your stud and its black seating thing. Pass the bolt down through the hole. If you want to use your own stainless steel bolt, I think that's probably a good idea. And then use the pointy end upwards and just put that over your bolt, and then tighten it up, rather like the way we untighten the other one. I wonder if I can get down under there for you so you can see what we're doing. If you can see that, guys. But basically we're doing the same thing, we're just tightening that up. So I'll just hold that in place and tighten it with the screwdriver from above. And so it's around, so it's tightening up. Don't over tighten it because we want to get these studs in exactly the right place. So we need to make sure these studs are the right distance apart for the seat. So that involves getting the tape measure out and just checking. The distance between the two holes in the seat is 140 millimeters. So you want this to be 140 here. So to achieve that, you just rotate it a little bit, or you can just slide the loosen that off a bit and slide the black thing out a bit like that. Let's have a look, see how that is. That's 130 at the moment, so we probably need to push it that way and that way equally. See what we got now. We have got 135. So if we just rotate it a little bit more, we have now got just under 140. That is exactly 140. Obviously you want to keep it equidistant so your seat's not flopping about and not sitting directly over the top of the toilet. Right, so that is 140 between those two studs. Now I'm going to tighten it down a bit more, not all the way, just so it's firm, but not so that it's absolutely a trial of strength. You don't want to be doing that. Just double check that exactly 140. Now we're going to drop the seat onto the studs, make sure it works, and then tighten up the studs. So if we got the measurements right, that should just drop on there like that. Seems to be all right. Let everything close itself down. What we're checking for now is to make sure the seat actually sits nice and fair and square on the lavy pan. Yeah, come on down. Presumably it would get there in the end. That all seems nice and square. So to remove the seat, press this shiny thing here. So when you're cleaning the lavy, guys, for your wife, you can simply take the lid off, take it into the kitchen sink and clean it. That's a nice job. Now lastly, just tighten these up, make sure they're nice and tight, not overly, because it's only made of plastic. This, you break something if you overcook it. Job done. Yeah, so the last thing to do is fit these two looks like bottle tops. If that's stainless steel, I'm a banana. This is Chinese stainless steel, we shall see. And that goes on there to hide a multitude of sins. How lovely and neat and shiny that is. And then you are ready to put your seat back on and let it rip. Well, there we are, ladies and gentlemen. We have successfully fitted the Diani soft close WC seat, a thing that's available from lots of bathroom suppliers here in the UK. Part of its attraction apparently is the ability to have a top fixing. That is to say, you can use your screwdriver from this way rather than getting on your knees from underneath. If you found that interesting enough, you might like to subscribe to my channel and you'll be able to see what else we get up to. Don't forget to press the notification button, and hopefully this is a fabulous job and nobody's going to say, "Dad, I think you've done it all wrong again, Dad."